guy's a great guy. He's my co-host. Put your hands together for the one and only Gregg.
When I first started working with open mic stand-up comedy, one of the first things they said is that you need to just let the people know who you are. And I thought, well, then why all the years of getting a different name? Am I not still wanted? But that's apparently not what they meant, especially the 3 different IDs, you know. One of them has, like, really good credit, but a bad driving record, and the other one, but that's not what they meant. So I began to try and figure out actually who I am, because I believe that most of us, if we understood who we really were, would change, okay? And so I got this book that gave you, like, it would ask you a bunch of questions and you would answer your favorite and find out who you were. And it turns out I'm an idiot. It's not so much from all the stupid stuff I do, which I do, but it is from not learning from your own mistakes. As a matter of fact, from not learning from my mistakes, this side of my face is pretty much numb. It's only left-handed girls that scare me. But as I was thinking about it, my brother, who's supposed to be really smart, he got scholarships and all that stuff, he's been married 3 times. How is that learning from your mistakes? But after I thought about it, you know how after you live for someplace for quite a while, you get all this junk accumulated? Just get divorced. You'll keep your stuff. You're done. And not only that, it's a win-win situation. I don't know if you've ever seen how much satisfaction a woman gets out of breaking her ex's stuff, smashing everything he owned, you know. That was his favorite fishing pole, you see. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, sometime like on garbage day, you're driving along and you see a lot of stuff in front of a house, that usually means they're moving. But if everything is broken, that's divorce. Back to me and trying to figure out the things that I do and where I was and not learning from my own mistakes. And I decided that maybe I should just kind of fill you in on who I am a little bit. When I go into a restaurant, the waitress comes up, and if you don't believe me, you can ask these girls. They all went for it, but I walk up and I go, and the waitress is just like, oh no, and she'll keep trying to give you an ink pen, but don't take it. And then you slow down, just like slow would help, right? Then finally she gives you a pen and you write down, no soy ciarno. She goes, I don't speak Spanish. Then you say, okay, I'll just talk. That's another time when you get slapped. All right? And another one is that, you know, I just walk into a McDonald's because you don't have much chance to pick on them, you know, and they go, hi, and I go, I'm not. I think it's the long hair. But then when I leave, they say, bye, and I go, I'm not. See? Every time you meet somebody, it's a chance to do something else stupid. All right? My favorite magic trick, and unless you have a numb face, I would not suggest this, but what I would do is I would say to a young lady, I'll bet you that I can make your boobies jiggle without even touching you. I'll bet you $1. Now, if you reach towards her, she will back up. And you say, no, if I touch you at all, I lose. So she holds still and you go, guess I owe you $1. You're going to get slapped. But it's worth it because now she looks stupid. And the first thing she says, and this is true, is she will say, show her. Just so I'm not the only one that looks bad, see? So it's the kind of thing that gets you going. One time, I am sitting at Ruby Tuesdays, and when they answer the phone, they actually have to say, hello, this is Ruby Tuesdays, fresh for you. Everything we make fresh every day. Hello, this is Miranda, can I help you? And I push hang up. And then I push call. I'm sitting right in front of her. She's got to say it again. About the 5th time, she figured out it was me. She threw the lemons at me. She threw the limes at me. She threw the sign at me. But still, I enjoyed it. So, one day, I'm telling somebody that I had done this trick about the $1 and everything like that, and the girl said, show her. And I said, no, last time I did that, this girl pushed me and I hit the corner of the table and I got a big lump on, wow, you can still feel it, feel that. And then when she reached over, you go, you get slapped again. But Anyways, I have a lot of fun doing all these things. Once a long time ago, I tried being a male dancer, okay, but only for 15 years. And to most people, that sounds like, wow, that would be a lot of fun. But there's some problems that you really don't think about, you know. When you're having a show, there's a kid in there, he's a new guy, and he comes in and he goes, oh, wow, there's a bunch of pretty girls out there. No, that's a bad thing, you see, because in Michigan, one of those is a $4,000 fine. You cannot do that. You want ugly girls. Not only that, one time I'm going around, and, you know, the girls will put $1 in their mouth, and then they put it in your thong like that, you know, and I'm standing here. Well, the girl grabs my thong. Well, then she grabs the inner thong, and she pulls it back, all right? And then she puts $1 in, and she looks at me, and she goes, oops. I said, what did you do? Did you peek? And she said, no, I lost my gum. And now another thing that's been with dancers, all right? You realize no matter how pretty people think you are or aren't, you're not going to date most girls. She's like, yeah, he's spending every night with the women taking his clothes off. No, I'm not going out with him, you see. So your girlfriend is going to be a stripper. And then you have some rules about that too. Because you're in a bar and a guy comes up to you and he says, now doesn't that bother you that I just touched your girlfriend's boobies? All right, what you don't say is, doesn't that bother you? You just bought my dinner? Because then nobody tips her anymore and you're losing money, see, so you can't do that. But one of the great things about being a dancer is, again, the stupid stuff I get to do. I go to a bar, and this girl is going to have a bachelorette party, everybody's there, and I'm standing next to her at the bar. Two guys come in the door, and they have tuxedos on, and she says, oh no. I said, what? She said, I'm having my bachelorette party and those are strippers. And I said, okay, get behind me. Just hide right there. Sit in that chair. Then the music comes on and I turn around and she feels really stupid. It's got to be a local bar, but the girl is turning 21, all right? And they get her into the bar because they know the owners before midnight, so she's still actually 20. And they just promise she's not going to drink. And about 11 o'clock, the cops show up. All right, so now he's going around and IDing everybody, and finally he turns around and said, you're avoiding me. Checks her ID, puts her in the chair, handcuffs her like that. Then the music comes on, the cop turns around. So those are the kind of tricks we do, but one of the kind of tricks that you really, really shouldn't do, and I hope you like this one, is that a guy has a bachelor party. His girlfriend hires the girl to come there. The girl shows up, she's all, I dream a genie, you know, and got a little thing, and she says, all right, there's some rules. You have to sit in the chair, and you have to be handcuffed to the chair so you can't touch me. So he sits in the chair, she dances all over him. The first song gets over, she steps back, pulls off the veil, big mustache. She says, your girlfriend said don't ever try it again. And the reason he's handcuffed is so that you don't get punched. Then we had another one where a friend of mine, they had agreed that there was going to be no bachelorette party, no strippers. Then her dad decides to take him out the night before they get married and go to the Mermaid. So they're going down to the strip bar. She's all mad about it. And I said, well, you sure you don't want me to do something? And she says, oh my gosh. So I call up the club. He's up on stage for his bachelor party. The girls are dancing all over him. They put him up against the pole. She takes off her shirt, ties it around his forehead so he can't see, you know, and they're dancing all over him. 300-pound bouncer climbs up on stage. He's all, again, she said, don't ever try it again.
All right, we're going to keep this show on rolling on long. Am I speaking? Whoa. Next. Coming up next, really funny guy from Port Huron. Put your hands together for Alex Quail.
Hey guys, I'm Alex. I've been doing this for about 4 or 5 months, and guys I like, Louis C.K., T.J. Miller, Pete Holmes, all kinds of guys like that. Enjoy.
Hippos are absolutely terrifying. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Your reckless ignorance will kill us all. Hippos kill 2,900 people a year, and they're vegetarians. Do you know how much worse that makes it? You're walking about the street, you get eaten by a lion. You'll be upset. Well, geez, this is, well, it's awful. I don't care for it at all. But at least you can take solace in the fact that you contributed to the circle of life with your last act on Earth. You get eaten by a hippo, you are a dick. Just a dick. 2,900 people a year, that's the size of a large high school. I take caution using that comparison because I would hate for there to be a disgruntled high school student in the audience and think, yeah, I know how to get some attention. It'd be terrible. There'd be people on both sides of the debate. Hippos don't kill people. I kill people with hippos I've trained to kill people. And then he'll be eaten by a hippo immediately because they just tried to gain his trust long enough to get access to his training facilities. It'd be terrible. Comedians, when people come to me because my comedy inspired the great hippo attack. Alex Quail, what would you say to those two young lads? And I wouldn't say anything. I'd listen. That's what no one else did. So I'm going through a breakup, I think. I haven't talked to the girl in 3 weeks, and I don't think that's a good sign. I don't know, there's some problem. It was a long distance thing, and she's too cool for me, which I know it sounds like a slight against her, but I just honestly mean that she is too cool of a person. Her name on Facebook is all lowercase. I can't compete with that level of chill. She never texts me any punctuation. I text people semicolons. Not just semicolons. Like a weird cryptic emoticon. What'd Quail say? He's winking, but I don't know how he feels about it. She's also 1,000 times better at sex than me, which isn't a huge accomplishment. You just have to be mostly symmetrical and you got it. And I feel bad for her, but I also feel bad for other people she's had sex with. If there was a situation, I don't know what would precede this, but if they were watching us, I feel like it would be if you're watching someone play Mortal Kombat with your favorite character, but it's their first time playing, no, you're just mashing buttons. Finish her! Low-hanging fruit, I grabbed it. Never again. So I used to think in order to peak in high school, you had to enjoy high school. No, not at all, actually. I feel like when you picture someone who peaked in high school, they're hitting on young waitresses at a bar, oh, you should have been there. I led it to states. I'll be remember when I used to be able to feel love? Who are you talking to? You can see me? Speaking of that, I saw the hot girl from high school today. I should say the hot girl from when I was in high school, not the currently person who's attending high school who's hot. That'd be horrible if I had that information. I'm hanging out hey, I'll buy you guys alcohol. I'll pay for it. Please invite me to the party. I'm literally, you don't even have to text me the right address. Just literally any invitation will suffice. I don't mean to make fun of her, because I'm no catch, for sure. But she has put on a little bit of weight. But I also realized that there's really nothing that can happen to her body that will make me not want to have sex with her. If she was 10 months pregnant with my father's baby, I wouldn't bat an eye. If she was a burn victim, I would go for it. Okay, that one sounded mean. What kind of person wouldn't have sex with somebody because they were a burn victim? Or at least articulate that thought. Hey, remember Kelsey from high school? Yeah, man, she was banging. Yeah, not anymore. Her house burned down. Now she's ugly as shit. If she had a sex change, it would definitely complicate things. I would have to be the person putting a thing in. And I know that makes me sound homophobic and small, but it would ruin it because the only reason I would want to do it is for when they invent time travel to go back in time, and after I give my 17-year-old self the sports almanac from Back to the Future 2, not the one from back, but the current one, of course, I'd be hey, we have sex with that sometime. We fuck her? Well, close-ish. All right, so you know those commercials with the British lady selling the wet Cottonelle wipes? Those are off-putting. I don't care for them at all. They upset me. It's just this British lady okay, oh, you want to take a number 2 then? I'll give you 10 grand if you stop talking to me. I'm literally begging you. I just don't, it's like the music of Pink Floyd. I know I'd like it, just the way it's presented to me makes me never want to try it. You know what, fuck that. Pink Floyd actually sucks. They are an overrated band. Someone in high school was like, dude, you gotta listen to The Wall. It changed my life. Wow, that is an upsell. I'll listen to it. Next day, did you listen to it? Yeah, it was really boring, actually. Really? I took mushrooms and I loved it. Okay, that is an important part of the recipe that you neglected to tell me. That'd be like giving someone a meatloaf recipe and forgetting to tell them about the meat. It's just a loaf. It's all loaf. Bono's definitely had sex with guys. And that is not an insult. I'm not saying he's gay or bisexual. He is just a sexual being with no limitations, be it gender, species, or level of sentience. I think Mick Jagger is similar, but I think Mick is like, okay, I'm fucking a cactus in it. And where he fucks a cactus, Bono makes love to a cactus. It's a new one. There's no way David Bowie has human genitals, right? If I saw David Bowie's genitals and it was just like, even if he was a hermaphrodite, I'd be very underwhelmed. It should be like the first time you do acid, like, I don't even know that I'm capable of these perceptions. I was playing basketball with a friend of mine. You know what, he's right there actually. He's that guy there. This is important. He went up he went up for a rebound and he came down and he's like, I jumped too high. I think your ability to jump had very little to do with that injury. Just like girls don't date you because you're too nice, and I failed out of 2 colleges because I'm too smart. I will leave you with this. This is something to do for the weed smokers and the people that are here. I was going to say audience, but that seems a little ridiculous. But this is what you do. If you're smoking pot with someone and it's their first time smoking pot, what you do is wait 20 minutes after you smoked and be like, it's working. They'll be like, oh.
All right, coming up next, another one of my Kalamazoo crew. Very funny lady. Put your hands together for Noelle Massey.
Hi, I'm Noelle Massey out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. I've been doing comedy for about a year and a half. Some of my comedic influences would be Cloris Leachman, Phyllis Diller, some of the funniest ladies ever, also Joan Rivers. Currently, I'd say Angela Johnson, Nikki Glasser, Amy Schumer, all pretty funny ladies, you know. We gotta hang tight, keep the lady power going. I was in Boston recently, and the very last stand-up open mic that I performed at was the last games for Bruins and Montreal in the playoff series, and it was being projected behind me. So I just stood up there and I was like, if I took my pants off right now, would you guys laugh at any of my jokes? Yeah, no one flinched. Yeah, they're losing, you guys. That's gonna happen. And then they kicked me out of the bar. So that was the end of that in Boston. I was in Boston and I thought I was a city girl, and I got lost on their public transportation system, and I realized I'm just a hillbilly in a cute outfit as soon as I hit the big city. So there's that. Bring me down a peg, you know. I was thinking about something the other day. I had a revelation at a barbecue. Now this is brand new stuff, you guys, so I'm gonna look like an asshole and read right out of my joke book. So I had this revelation. I'm at a barbecue the other day, and I realized that, you know, we're afraid of nuclear weapons, oil shortages, things like that. But there are weapons of mass distraction that would work much more effectively on the United States. No, I'm talking about puppies. If China quit eating puppies for 3 to 6 months, bear with me, and wrapped them in bows and dropped them in hot air balloons, we would be adorable to death in a matter of moments. That would be it. The next thing you know, we'd be speaking Mandarin. So I was hanging out with my little brother the other day, and our other brother and his girlfriend just had first niece, nephew in the family situation. I think she was a niece, I can't remember, I didn't pay attention. But I was talking to my little brother's girlfriend that didn't get knocked up. She said, that's like just ruining your life on purpose. I said, yeah, I mean, that's one way of looking at it. And she said, how did she even get pregnant? I said, well, she said her birth control was making her feel funny. And without skipping a beat, she goes, huh, funny? Like what? Not pregnant? I'm going to use that in my stand-up. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But she's right. I mean, what a silly thing, right? So, the Quran says that Muslim men, if they go through their entire lives and do everything right, when they get to paradise, there will be 72 virgins waiting for them. Fuck that. I want seasoned hoes. You know what I'm talking about? She knows what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is maybe not even seasoned hoes, maybe hockey players. I'm into hockey players, football players. I'll take a baseball player, I don't care. If he's got part of a college education, I'm into that too. Yeah, if he doesn't live in his parents' basement, maybe like a first level room, I'm into that too. I don't know, my paradise is pretty cheap these days. Pretty cheap. Ever got new deodorant and it smells like a stranger's following you all day? The fuck is that? For chicks, it's like a flower fairy. Like, what the fuck? What did I do to deserve this? Oh, I'm nervous. That's just me. For guys, I feel like it would smell like Pierce Brosnan was following you. Sir? You ever had Pierce Brosnan follow you all day? No? Old Spice? Old and spicy? Okay, yeah. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's good stuff. So I don't drink anymore. It's okay, you guys. It's a good thing. I still have fun, I promise. I don't drink anymore, and because of that, I dream. No, I could do without the dreams. Everything else is great. I could do without the dreams. I have the weirdest fucking dreams. My mom has great dreams. My mom has dreams where she, like, swim flies out of murdery situations. You know what I mean? Do you guys, anyone swim fly here in your dreams? We got Gina back there. She swim flies. Okay, yep. I don't swim fly. I just hang out in the murdery situations. I have dreams where I like kiss old black men on the lips with like a mouthful of crackers. And that's like the easy part of the dream to tell you about. There's like a part later in that dream where I've got like cheese and like a hat rack. It gets really weird. And I have dreams where like little Japanese ladies are like French braiding my hair. That's really relaxing. Kind of nightmare-y, but whatever. And then I have sex dreams, but only with my ugly friends, of course. Thanks, mind. That's weird. And then it makes it hard to make eye contact with all of those people. So that's fun. I volunteer with kids. They're gross. I don't love them, but I like them, you know what I mean? Somebody's got to do it. And kids are more honest than drunk people. So anything that they say, you can just bank that adults are thinking and just probably lying right to your face. So I see this little tiny lady with some pigtails walking around all morning and doesn't say a word. What happens next is gonna be gold, I can just tell. And she walks up to Miss Tanya and points at her and just says, sad. She fucking nailed it. Miss Tanya's fucking sad. And I was like, that's incredible. So I'm walking around, and I noticed that a little black boy named Marvin's following me. Get the fuck away from me. Stop it. Oh, shit. He's points right to my ass and says, big. Yep. Nailed it. Get away from me, you weirdo. Somebody get this guy a bottle. No, seriously. Knock it off. No, you guys, he's trying to touch me. I bet your dad's weird, too. I don't want anything to do with you. One of the ladies that also volunteers at this place is Miss Young. She's like miscellaneous Asian. I don't know what she is. We communicate a lot, but we don't like actually talk. She doesn't speak great English. So it's usually like a lot of clicks and smiles and thumbs up, which is how I talk to most people anyway, so I don't care. And one day I walked in and my hair was just looking good. And one of the ladies, Miss Beth, she says, oh, did you do something to your hair? And I said, just did it. And Miss Young points and she says, you hair. I said, yes, Miss Young, it is my hair. Thank you very much for noticing. And she said, no, you hair, soft. You're right, soft as a kitten's scruff, nailed it. And then I realized there was a part of that sentence that was missing. It could have been, you hair look soft. She's right, top of the line product in this shit. But she could have meant, you hair is soft, which means those nightmare dreams about a little old Japanese lady braiding my hair. Totally not dreams. So that's fun. That's fun. I'm 28. I'm starting to look at my age as a statement of beliefs and actions. And I've realized that when somebody asks me how old I am, I'd rather answer in these beliefs and actions. So if somebody say, Noelle, how old are you? I'd say, I thought it was okay to buy a jean skirt from Walmart, years old. You guys know what a skirt is? It's shorts under a skirt. Made of jean most often. It's like jorts for guys. You know what I mean? No jorts. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. You just own some. Wink, I got it. But I returned that skirt because it cost too much in shame. Too much in shame, yeah. Noelle, how old are you? I think I look sexy as shit in some mom jeans, years old. Validated by many divorced soccer dads. What's that? Yeah. I have a healthy fear of osteoporosis, years old. But I'm terrified of milk, so I'm going to have to find a new calcium source. I know milk is bad for me, personally, years old. There's another one I just threw on there for you. My acceptable dating age range just increased to 40, older if you're rich, years old. What's up, divorced soccer dads? Yep. And my personal favorite is, my eggs are actually starting to go retarded, years old. Yeah, I Googled it. Shit's science, you guys. Seriously, after 30, shit gets really weird. I think that might be all I have for you. I can finish on a hillbilly joke. You guys like hillbilly jokes? Of course you do. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with my twofer. My first one is, do you guys know that 30% of women in America are battered? Yeah, and you've been eating them plain this whole time. Stupid. And then my personal favorite, now go ahead and feel free to answer, because I know somebody, that guy is gonna know the answer to this one. What do you say to a chick with 2 black eyes? Why? Yeah, they're right. No one has sex with any of those people who just answered that question. But you're right, you did tell her twice, and here's what I say to that. You guys, you gotta quit dating deaf girls.
Access Vision. Your voice, your community.